friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Mrs. Espinosa. I am a kinder teacher in Texas. In today's video, I am going to be sharing some back to school purchases that I've made, and I'm going to talk about how I'm going to use them in my classroom. So right behind me, you see all the stuff that I purchased, and I have my teacher cart next to me as well, so I'll put it away as we talk about it. And I'll also let you know at the end how much I ended up spending. But let's go ahead and jump in. So all of these purchases I've made throughout the summer. I did not make them all at once because that would be crazy expensive. I already had an idea of some things that I had to have, and then some stuff like the dollar spot at Target, I always just check out what they have and I try to pick out very purposeful items that I know right away I can start using in the classroom. So one of my favorite finds at the Target dollar spot are these word strips. And I haven't opened them yet, but I think they'll be dry erase. So I plan on using these for my pocket charts. We always have to have like a read aloud pocket chart where we display the title of the book we're reading that week or that day, what genre the book is. We have to include the question of the day and then a sentence stem. So I have been using just regular sentence strips, but they're just very large. So I like these word strips because they're not as big, and hopefully, like I said, I haven't tried them out, but I think they'll be dry erase so I could reuse them in the classroom. I love using pocket charts in my classroom, so I also plan on using them to write sentence stem with sight words that the kids can read and add vocabulary in there. So I'll definitely be sharing some of those examples as we enter the school year. But yeah, these were awesome finds and they were just $1. The next thing I was really excited to find was this alphabet construction activity. And I had seen a lot of teachers on Instagram post about it. So as soon as I saw it, that was like my first Target trip, and I had to drive to like 3 different Targets to find these, but it was so worth it. I have been wanting to have a letter building activity, but the Lakeshore materials that I found were kind of pricey, so I've just been keeping my eye out to find like an affordable solution to that. So this was only $3 and I ended up getting a couple, and they do come with the cards that will show the student how to build the letter, and I love that they're color coded. The letters are actually pretty thick, so of course I'll teach my students how to use these appropriately so that they last me a while, but I'm very excited to use these. And I will be laminating the little cards because they are super thin and flimsy, and these were $3 a piece, so just probably my favorite find. Another great find at the Target dollar spot were these timers. I have been wanting to get some timers for a little while now, and these are color coded because each one of these is a different time limit. So this green one you can see is 3 minutes, the red is 1 minute, and this blue one is 2 minutes. So I plan on using these in small group. You can use them in whole group, you can use them in centers. If they're practicing any kind of fluency, they can time themselves. Or if we are doing a whole group turn and talk, we can use these. And I did go ahead and purchase a couple in each color, and they were only $1 each, so this was another awesome find. The next Target find is this black mesh organizer that I plan on putting in my small group table. I don't have a teacher desk, so I try to be very minimalist and just have what I need at my small group tables. And I actually currently have a bathroom organizer that I didn't want to just toss away. I wanted to repurpose it. So everything that is in my bathroom organizer, I'll just switch to here. And then that bathroom organizer is inside a blue bin that used to go in my library. But since we were not allowed to have the library last year because of COVID, I was using it to just store more things. But I will be putting that bin back in the library. So I was in need of some type of organizer, and this was only $5. So I was super happy to find this. I just wanted one of these bins to keep all of my small group documentation in, and this was only $3. The next little find is honestly just a cute little fake plant. And my last Target find that I'll talk about is my teacher planner. I personally always just find something at Target that I like, and this year was my first year getting this brand, the Simplified Planner. It has colored tabs of all the months. Each month has a 2-page kind of overview, so this is where I typically write. I haven't done it yet, but this is where I write all of the important district dates, like if we have early dismissal, if we don't have school, if we have specific trainings. And then when I go back to school and they give us our school calendar, then I also go ahead and write in those dates. And I like that this planner divides kind of like 2 to-do lists. I am definitely a list person, so I'll probably write down reminders and then whatever little things I have to do for that day. And whatever I don't get done, then I'll just add on to the next day. So those are my Target purchases. Now I'll go into my Lakeshore purchases. I'll post this high up on the wall so that my kids can refer to the number line just wherever they are in the classroom. They can glance up at the wall and be able to see numbers 1 to 100. In the past school years, I have been printing my own student name tags, and I put these on the carpet. So whenever we are doing morning message, we're talking about a letter, I ask students to look at their name and we talk about whether they have that letter in their name. Is it uppercase? Is it lowercase? So I just wanted something simple. I'll be laminating these and just handwriting the student's first name and last name. And as much as possible, I like to show proper letter formation. And it also has little pictures of things that have that beginning sound. So these are the name tags that I'll be using this school year. And as I've learned from teaching pre-K and kinder, kids love stickers. So I did end up splurging a little bit on stickers, and I found all of these scented stickers that were $3 a piece, and I'm sure my kids are going to love these. These were a cute little find. And my last Lakeshore purchase is bulletin paper, and it was on sale. I went with the black fadeless 4 by 25 feet. My next purchase is a purchase that I don't make every school year. I've been making it every 2 to 3 years. And I've talked about how I really like communal supplies. It drove me nuts last year having individual supplies for students. And if I can avoid that, I will. So I like to buy chunky crayons because they are harder to break. And if you didn't know, there's so many organizations where you can send your crayons at the end of the school year and recycle them. So this past school year, I chose to send my crayons to the Crayon Initiative, which is an organization that recycles your crayons and sends them out to children in hospitals. So I love the idea that my crayons are not just going to the trash, but they're being repurposed. And the only little thing is that you do have to pay for the shipping, but it was about $20 for 8 pounds of crayons that I had shipped out. And then whenever they receive the crayons, they'll send you an email and let you know how many little crayon boxes they were able to produce out of the crayons that you sent. So I think for me, it was 22 little boxes of crayons. But this year, the class set that I got ended up being a little different. They're like the triangular crayons because they were sold out of the crayons that I typically buy, which are 8 different colors. This set is actually 16 different colors and they're triangular. So I'm very curious as to how my kids are going to do with these, but it'll also be nice that they'll have more colors to choose from. This next little purchase was really random. I found this at Marshall's for like $5. Just thought it was another cute little fake plant. This little colored organizer I found at Michael's whenever I went to go buy some cardstock paper, and it was like $2, and I plan on also having this at my small group table. And I'm going to organize my small paper clips, my large paper clips, binder clips, and rubber bands. I currently have different sets of these, which I got at the Target dollar spot like a while ago, and I have been using them, but it's just annoying when I've accidentally knocked over my clips. I have to pick up the mess, so I definitely need something that is closed, so if I accidentally drop it, it's not all over the floor. And lastly, on my table, I have talked about this in other videos, but I'm very excited to implement glue sponges in my classroom. I typically don't let my students use liquid glue just because it's such a pain in the butt to teach them how to use it. Normally I do glue sticks, but then they lose the caps and that drives me nuts too. So Miss Mo, who is my next door kinder teacher, has had glue sponges these last couple of years and they worked out great for her. So I did the same thing as her and I went to H-E-B and I bought a pack of sponges and a pack of Tupperware, which the sponges were like $2 a piece, and this set of Tupperware I think was like $3 or $4. And I did buy 2 sets of each just because I typically have 5 tables, so I plan on having at least 1 of these per table. And thank you to the teachers that have commented, and they have suggested to use either hand sanitizer or mouthwash to keep like the sponges fresh. I also read about tea tree oil, which I happen to have in my home. So I'll probably be doing tea tree oil to kind of like sanitize. And I also just like the scent of tea tree oil. So we will see how these work out for me and how often I have to refill them or maybe replace the sponges. I will definitely keep you updated in my teacher vlogs. And for that reason, I bought a big old gallon of clear glue from Walmart. And this was about $20, but I think it'll really last me a long while. Another couple of things that I bought at Walmart when I went to get that gallon of glue were actually blinds, because I do have 2 windows in my classroom that don't have like any type of blinds, and they were about $10 each, so they weren't that expensive. My windows are totally uncovered, so sometimes if I'm playing something on my projector and it's not dark enough, we have a hard time seeing, so the blinds are going to be a good little investment, I think. And last but not least is one of the purchases that I'm most excited for. It was my biggest splurge, but I know it's going to be worth it, and I'm really late to the game getting one of these, but it is a teacher cart. So this is what my teacher cart looks like, and I purchased this on Amazon. I'll link this in the description if you're interested in getting your own. I went ahead and labeled it, so as you can see, Monday through Friday copies, and then I'll have a homework file, science, math. These will be for things that I have to file later so that I don't end up with a pile. And then this is an extra one. It may also turn into a file later, or it could be an extra small group. I typically have 5 small groups, but there has been years where I have 6 small groups. And so in these bigger tubs, I labeled them by color. Any copies, any materials that I need for my small group, I will keep in here for immediate access. These little black washers are what I had thrown away. It was 8 of them, so my cart was really wobbly, but now that I installed them correctly, these do pull out very easily. And that is it, y'all. Those were all of my purchases, and I honestly spent a little over $200. The rolling cart was my most expensive splurge because it was a little over $85. You can definitely find more cost-friendly rolling carts. I just really wanted to make sure that I had enough space for all of my copies. This Monday, I'll be heading back into my classroom to start my setup process, and I'll definitely be blogging about it. And that's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if so, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.